Hello everyone, I hope everybody is hearing me now. We're live on Sktchy. Thank you very much for joining me today on Sktchy Live. For those who don't know Sktchy, Sktchy is an artist platform where all the artists who want to learn and share their skills get together then and learn from each other how to draw or paint a portrait mostly. Okay, today my name is Dritan Duro. I'm gonna be your teacher today. Last week I launched a tutorial class, a Sktchy class, and today's demonstration I'm gonna show more or less how I go about my process, so you can see everything I do today is gonna be on my class in Sktchy. Okay, for today's demo I have picked a picture from Patrick in Sktchy, and I am, yes, we're here. Thank you very much. Sorry for the technical problem. Okay, so we're back. Good, really happy about it. Hello Mary, Mira, Rail, Ethel, Watson. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so without any delays, because we had a bit of a technical issue, I'm gonna start proceeding with the tutorial. As I mentioned, you can join my Sktchy class in Sktchy Art School and get all the tips and all the skills that I have learned over the years. So you guys, you can sign up and go for the tutorial. Okay, without any further ado, let me go ahead with this demo today. As you can see, I am starting with the sketch.
Yep. There we go.
Okay, you're good.
And there was some music as well playing up. I don't know what is that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Hello everyone. I hope everybody is hearing me now. Yeah. So as I said, I'm going to sketch the portrait, and then I'm gonna do a rough sketch because we're already behind with schedule. So I'm trying to be as quick, as fast, so we can catch up on the time that we lost. Okay, so far so good. I'm not gonna take any measures at the moment because I am, as I said, a bit behind on schedule. I quite like this picture of Patrick. The sun hitting the face create those wonderful shadows under his chin, and create those beautiful values as well. Soon you're gonna see what I mean. I encourage you guys to ask any questions you have regarding the demo today and anything else. The also the new Sktchy class. You may have some questions to ask about it. All right. The these are the eyes. As you can see, the eyes under the shades. The ears here. This is a very good picture. I'm gonna try to do some justice here. Okay guys, any question? Who is there? All right, thank you, Sktchy. Okay, so at least we sorted out that technical issue now, so we can go and not really rush it. Okay. All right then. I think the sketch is done. I'm gonna proceed with the first layer. Okay, for the materials that I'm gonna use today, it's gonna be only 4 brushes today. This is one flat 1.5 inch. It's from Rosemary and Co. This is goat hair. This is sable from Pro Art, and these two are synthetic brushes number 12 and 10 from Rosemary and Co. again. I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as possible, so you guys do not get confused. I've got my 3 primaries today, yellow, red and blue. For that we have the alizarin crimson, cobalt blue and cadmium yellow. These 3 colors I'm gonna use today for the demo. Reason being is because I want to simplify the process, and I want to I want to make a mix out of these 3 colors and create a range of colors and skin tones and everything. So it's a beautiful practice for you guys to do without confusing you with other colors. So everything you create or work with watercolors comes out of the primaries, yellow, red and blue. So I'm gonna mix those 3 colors to create a wider range of tones and colors out of these 3. It's a good practice. I strongly suggest it for everyone who's new or advanced in watercolor. Please try it. It's a good exercise. Okay, so sketching is done more or less. I'm gonna rub out the excess pencil. I'm using a 2B pencil, which is okay for this drawing. B should be alright as well. So let's go ahead and start. First I'm gonna pre-wet them. Let's get back to some of the questions. You're doing the colors this way, that might just be something well. Yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna start wetting the areas that I'm gonna do, especially the sky, starting with the sky and then the hair, and then moving down to his shoulders, and keeping all these areas white for the shirt that he's wearing. Okay, the paper I'm using today is Sanders Waterford 300 GSM cotton, 100% cotton. So I would suggest use cotton possible. The quality of the paper will really determine the outcome of your the quality of the painting. All right, so I'm applying some cobalt blue here for the sky. You can really go big and bold for the sky. It doesn't really matter as long as you create those sky effects in there. So as the colors go, and then I'm going to create some greens over there for the rest of the painting. Don't worry about this. These will blend nice on the paper. Okay, I'm going to create those greens background there. Okay, if you have any question, guys, just let me know or ask me about anything. I'm glad to answer. That's why I'm here today, to make a demonstration and also to answer any questions you may have regarding the new tutorial or class that I made, or any other thing regarding watercolor in general. Also, you need to have a bottle spray as well, a towel, so you can control the velocity of the brush. All right, we're good to go. Okay, the VJ Findler, please do come back later in a day or week so that you can look at our paintings, Duran. Okay. Would you say you? All right, Sharon is asking, I watched your new course lesson, although I haven't started practical yet. I noticed that you don't use very watery layers. Would you say your Lee or T? Okay, yeah, there are parts that, especially when working on the face, I use quite a lot of layers. Backgrounds, I don't really use a lot of layers on the backgrounds. I leave it loose as possible. So watercolor is a medium that is spontaneous, which means that you don't need to overwork it, in a sense that the fresher you keep it, the better. But as you go along, you build your layers. Okay, I'm gonna do some lifting here for some sort of clouds. Use a tissue paper here. Okay, so as you can see, guys, I am laying the first base color for the background and the shirt and everything else. So Now I am gonna move on to the hair part, capture those beautiful dreads that he has. I'm gonna switch brush and I'm mixing some red and blue with a touch of yellow. Maybe a bit more yellow. Okay, these are the first. Okay, that's if you lean to dry style of painting, to a dry style of painting. Asking the stretching paper, I do not stretch the paper. I keep it as it is. I see some artists, they stretch it. I don't see any point on stretching it. Okay, and then they ask if you lean to dry style of painting. Yes, I use a lot of brush strokes, dry brush strokes towards the middle and the end of the painting. I quite like those brush strokes that create that beautiful stroking effect. Okay. The tissue paper, the pastel kimpa, is the tissue paper like a Kleenex facial tissue? It's you can use any paper, basically rolling paper, tissue paper, any paper. It doesn't really matter. It's not gonna harm the painting. Okay, I'm softening those edges over here. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna start with the forehead. Fidget Fiddler, in a colder photo, would you make your black using greens? Black is you can use as I'm using here, red, blue, and a bit of yellow, or if you have any other color you can use a bit of brown. So red and blue usually make a neutral color, which is black. If you put a lot of pigment in there. Yes, you can use with blue. Okay. So, as you can see over here, I am smoothing those edges over there just to create that effect over there of the hair. That is, the focal point is on the face actually. So I'm gonna wipe this down now because I'm going to create that first layer of the face. I'm gonna make mix a bit of yellow and alizarin crimson to create a base for face. Always try to keep those, preserve those highlights on the face. Like the forehead here, the light is very important to preserve that one. And then as we go down, we carry on and carry on with that base layer, basically. You can go all the way. Don't worry much about the shades, the glasses, because we're gonna go over again. Okay. Hi from France, nice to see you painting. Oh, thank you, Young Chen. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. Okay. Okay, if you see here on the nose, there is a strong highlight over there. We're trying to preserve that one, like I did. Okay. As we go down, we can see that there is a green notion coming down, kind of bluish green. Okay, so okay, and I'm gonna start with the mouth as well. I need to put that first layer, the lips. Sorry, at the moment it looks a bit all over the place, but it's gonna take a shape slowly. As I said, try to preserve those white spotlights there. Okay. And then this is that strong shadow there. Okay, what do I fit? What size is my paper? It is an A3 size paper. It's a quarter of an imperial. I have a I buy my paper into large sheets, imperial sheets, and then I cut them into halves or quarters. This is a quarter of a sheet. Okay. I'm establishing those first shadows here. As I go, I'm building it slowly. I am not good with inches, but it is an A3 format, which works 30 roughly by 40 centimeters, so that will make it around 10-15 inch. Okay. Okay. As I said, is a bit of blue-green in there. Now, as I'm waiting for these to dry, maybe I can add a bit of shadows there. Then I'll come back for that. I'm pre-wetting my paper a bit for those dreads there. Here. Your lessons are standing. Are you painting? Are you painting on an easel? Take advantage. Okay, I'm not painting on an easel. I am painting on a board. I used to have an easel, but it was taking a lot of space, so I am kind of working on a board basically. Okay, so this is part of, I'm gonna let that dry a bit and blend, and the same on this side. Gonna throw a bit of water. So mixing a bit of yellow, red and blue for this part of the hair here. Also, I'm taking advantage of, I do angle the board. It's around 30 degrees. Yes. Thank you, Sktchy. Yes, I do angle the board. Sharon is asking, do you angle your board or work flat? No, I don't work flat. It's on a 30-degree angle. I I like the colors to run a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a dry zone to start with the second layer. As I said, I'm gonna take advantage of those pattern on the shirt. Don't be afraid of using brush strokes that imitate any pattern, like blouse, skirt, anything. Just use it freely. Bold brush strokes that will make your painting more natural, instead of spending hours on patterns that you may find on certain dresses. This one you can assume always more or less. It didn't take nothing at all, so Jayfen, are you, I think we aren't talking much because we want to have you tell us all of your thought process. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that question. As I said, the process, first of all, the way I go about watercolor is to match the first of all the drawing, the likeness of the person you are painting, or the subject. And then once you get that, you start thinking of how am I gonna approach the painting, how am I gonna what I'm gonna do first, what I'm gonna do last. That's constantly, but you discover as you go along, you discover more and more ways of how to do certain things, because with practice you can you learn which things to avoid and which things to emphasize. And then once you start with your layers, lay your first layers, which means the colors can be a bit saturated if you want to, in order to when they dry they will have a bit leave their traces, basically the colors. So the second layer you put upon, you're gonna work on that, whatever is on the base of that first layer. Okay, so now I'm gonna give it a quick dry. Now see. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on the glasses, the shades, as you call them. Gonna mix some blue and red. I'm gonna throw that first layer bit. Yeah, that's about right. And also I'm gonna try to preserve those highlights on the frame, because that will give it a bit of 3D effect as well. Okay, this is the first. So as you guys go about it, the first thing to remember, always lay your first base color on the portrait and then build upon it as you go along. Watercolor, you start from, as you know, from light to dark. Don't be intimidated, don't be scared. You can see already that with few brush strokes I just created that effect. That's the beauty about watercolor, this blending wet on wet. Okay, bit of lifting here. Okay, I'm gonna go to some questions again. Libby, oh thank you Libby. Libby saying his new class is amazing, thank you very much. Andrew first say, hey Dritan, how's it going? I hope your life is treating you well. Thank you very much, Dave. So far so good, can't complain. Okay. Okay. Pretty much there. Now I'm gonna move on to the shade that shadows that those glasses make. You can see over here, this shadow over here will continue and going all the way down, and always trying to preserve that frame over there, the light coming from the frame. Okay guys, I'm not sure on the time how we're doing, but I think we're okay. Bit of lifting here as well. And yeah, now it's going the second also layers, Alessandro. Do you worry, Ethel Watson is asking, do you worry about going too dark too soon? Sometimes you have to go dark from the beginning because it's required, Nathan, Ethel, sorry. And then you build upon that, going lighter. Sometimes it's required to go like that in order to create that impact on the painting. But it's usually you build upon slowly from layer to layer, lighter and lighter, and then you go dark. But there is a possibility that you may overwork it as well. Okay, let's add some green over here. So you can create out of these three colors a wider range of other colors. You can find that on the tutorial that I made as well, working with the primaries. Okay, this will dry and come a bit lighter, so don't worry about it. I see some orange there. Okay, so now next I'm gonna tackle the nose, and for the nose I am again gonna create that base color when I'm gonna start with, and then as I go down I go darker, and that will create those values. Okay, so now I am gonna go darker towards the bottom of it. So now we have that 3D effect that the nose is popping, and guys, you can ask any question. I'm working and I can answer any questions. You can ask a question about the new class or anything. Okay. All right, so we more or less get in there. Yeah. Okay. Andrew is asking how long you've been painting watercolors. I have been painting watercolors for quite a while now, probably 20 years. Not regularly, it's just been the last 5 years that I've been constantly working with watercolors, but it's been on and off, to be honest. It's not been constant. but I'm determined this time not to let it go, because I can see the more I work, the more the better it gets. So I suggest to anyone who wants to improve their watercolor or painting in general, just practice a little bit every day. I know it is a struggle with everything going on at the moment, the work and commitment, family commitment, but try to if possible to work every day on your craft, because that's the only way that you are going to improve. Okay, as you can see over here, I'm adding another layer. And saving those highlights over there. Yeah, I'm gonna let it dry. Okay, I'm gonna give it another dry out. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna work a bit longer on the glasses, so add those final touches. I may be tempted to use a bit of gouache later on, just to touch upon those glasses frames. Okay. I'm going a bit thick on the next on the eyebrows. So it's wet on dry to get those effects. Anybody under it just doing primers today? Okay. Yes, Faith is asking, I learned so much watching your tutorials. I struggle with putting darker paints down, hoping it will get lighter when it dries. It usually gets lighter when they dry, but it depends. It depends how strong that color is, the value of that, how strong that color is. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on the bit on the mouth. these dry strokes, they create that effect of creases on the lips. Yeah, use your brush always on the side, or any way you feel comfortable with, because brush has a lot to do with creating effects. Yeah. Okay. Because you don't seem to have the accent. No, Andrew, I wasn't born in UK. I am from Kosovo, an Albanian Kosovo. So yeah, I've been here for quite a while. Yeah, my accent is not brilliant. Some people say I mumble a lot, which I agree, but you know, it is what it is. I cannot change that. Okay, so I am putting some of his mustache there with few dry brush strokes. Always preserving those lights over there. I can see a lot of green coming where his mouth is, as you can see. It's getting there. I mean, that 3D effect. Okay, so where we're going next, I'm gonna emphasize as well his beard a bit here underneath his lip, and then as he goes down, okay. It's amazing how many colors you can create, tones of out of these 3 primaries. I quite enjoyed actually using the primaries because it simplifies the process so much and create those beautiful colors and shadows and whatever. Okay, so we're almost there, guys. Any other questions you may have? please, to answer, ask any questions. So now more or less we have in the face popping up. I'm gonna go a bit on the forehead with another layer. Before I do that, we need to clean that. I'm trying to wet just the top of the head at the moment because I'm going to work on the hair as well. So for this I'm using a flat sable, so a bit of alizarin crimson again, and trying to emphasize where the head rotates, which gives that a round shape. And here we are, just a few touches that help when it dries. So now I am going, what brand of watercolor brushes do you prefer to use? I use quite a range of brushes, starting with Da Vinci. Da Vinci is my favorite actually. They produce some outstanding brushes. And then going with Rosemary and Co, which I use quite a lot recently. As I mentioned before, I'm not affiliated with any of the brands. I wish they could send me some brushes, but yeah, I quite like Da Vinci. The Maestro is quite a nice one. Sktchy is another fabulous brand. In America they use quite a lot of silver. I hear silver brush. What is it? Silver velvet. Yeah, I bought some as well. Quite good. Okay, so I did a bit of work on the hair, as you can see. I'm not sure how we're doing on time. Are we within an hour? I'm not sure, but I am quite enjoying this. We had a bumpy start, but then as we went along, we're doing pretty well actually. So guys, keep asking questions and stuff. Summer Rosemary and Co also, yes. These three basically that I'm using are Rosemary and Co, and this is Pro Art. Yes, I am using Rosemary and Co. It's a very good brand, especially for artists who work in oil. They produce some outstanding oil brushes, but watercolor as well is very good at that. Okay, so as I said, I'm gonna work on the hair a bit, and then more or less we are there. Oh, I missed one. Should have done it from the beginning. Go one. Yeah. Yeah, as I said, don't worry too much when adding your strokes and stuff. These strokes will give your painting an authenticity, you know. It's gonna be your brush stroke, the way you put it, so that's gonna identify you as that person. Okay, I use blow dry when doing a commission. When I do commissions, I take the process really slow. I don't really mind using a blow dry or not. Doesn't really add much to the work. Usually I work fast, but I take my time when paint a portrait, especially commissions. I tend to finish them within a day, but sometimes they take longer. So yes, Sktchy will post it there. Okay. This is a quick demo. It's not, as I said, I take a couple of hours for a proper painting. This is a quick demo to show the process, and also encourage you guys to go and sign yourself for that course as well, Sktchy class that I did recently, so you can see how I go about painting monochrome, primaries, and a full-scale portrait. Okay. So let's do a bit more. What other backgrounds do you use? If the picture in this reference over here, I wanted to capture the background as it is, a natural environment, because the light is natural, and I wanted to capture that natural light and sky and background. So yes, I am going, usually I use backgrounds that I come, whatever is left in the palette from the previous painting, or I come up on the spot. I don't really think much of backgrounds, even though they're very important in giving the portrait or the painting that desired effect. But yes, backgrounds are important actually. If you're not sure about the background, just go a neutral color like gray. Any gray will make a good background. Okay guys, I don't know if we passed the hour, I'm not sure. I'm almost there, finished. I hope you enjoyed it. All right. EW is saying, I'm doing your class today. Is the ear. I love how in depth you are in your color mixing and values, and amazed at how deft and quick your paintbrush puts paint. Okay, thank you. FJ Finder, we just lied to you so that you'll stay all day. Okay. Thank you. Yes, you can go to Sktchy to sign up, as I said, for your class. I put a lot of time and effort making that tutorial. Yes, it's for someone who's new or advanced, or it's a good tutorial to start with. Okay, so guys, let me know if you're okay. Are we doing okay with time and stuff? I want to put some white gouache actually on the bits and pieces there. Maybe there's no need, but yeah. Okay, let's throw a bit of water. So as I said, be fearless when it comes to watercolor. Don't get intimidated. It's just water basically. You can dilute it, you can correct it. It is intimidating, but you can overcome it. How to make 3-hour work, so it's wonderful. Okay, thank you, EW. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I will rewatch and try again for sure. Yes, I'm still finding 35. Yeah. Yes. I think, guys, I'm gonna leave it for today. This is more or less a quick preview or quick sort of tutorial on how to paint sunglasses and capture that light on a sunny day. And I want to thank Patrick for giving me the for uploading this reference on Sktchy, so we can all appreciate it. Okay, as I said, I'm gonna put some white gouache. Oh, something else I wanted to mention about colors as well. I make my own colors. For someone who wants to know about my color choices and how do I have those colors, I make my own sort of brand out of pigments and obviously with a binder. I have that, I covered that on my Sktchy school tutorial if you want to go and check it. And yeah, I can show you in a second. You needed some more detail in there. Okay. Okay, I am happy the way it turned out. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Oh yeah, I just wanted to show you a second. This is the pigment that I use to make my own colors. Sorry, it's from a German brand, Sktchy, I believe. And this is the binder. So I mix those two. In a bowl for good 5 minutes, and then I'll put them in tubes, something like this. For instance, this is the cobalt blue for today, and yeah, and I'll put them on my color palette, so I let them dry, and then I use them as I go. Reason being is two things. I like to know where my colors come from, in a sense that what pigment is, and you know, they're quite economical that way, so you can make a good mix. It will last you for a couple of years, I believe, and you still have leftover. So it's a good way to sort of learn how to make colors yourself. That's how they used to do them in the past, I believe. So it's a good exercise, but I wouldn't really suggest it to anyone who is not comfortable with making colors that way because of the mess. It can be messy, it is messy, but that's part of the fun. Okay, so last touches, as I said, a bit of gouache here. Here you have it, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you want to learn more about techniques and such wet on wet or dry on wet and brush strokes and everything else, you can go to the Sktchy Art School and join the class over there. Okay, so thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you soon with another tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you.